Like we have a few trades.
Yeah, I should go into the WTFs.
So speaking of trades, so let's go ahead and start off with the. We're speaking about that Houston trade. Let's start off with that. So Seattle and Houston hooked up for a trade. Seattle got tackle Dwayne Martin and Dwayne Brown, offensive tackle, and a 2018 fifth round pick. Whereas Houston will get a 2018 third round pick and a 2019 second round pick.
Mm-hmm. Which is, I guess that's pretty interesting. I guess you just figure that because Dwayne Brown did not want to be part of the team, you get
after the Houston owner, the comments here, Dwayne Brown said he didn't want to be anymore, so they quickly made that trade.
It's very funny that he doesn't have to sell his team though.
Yeah,
but
my man with the Clippers, because Magic was smashing his joint, he had to give his team up.
Yep.
But for Seattle, I think it's a great trade. We know Seattle has had a lot of no-name offensive tackles that has had Russell Wilson running for his life.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Brown has been a great tackle for years. He's a Pro Bowl tackle. So I think instantly he'll make a good addition for Seattle.
And that would really help, especially Russell Wilson's blind side.
Yes. And as far as Houston's concerned, second round pick in 2019, that's nothing to sneeze at. Maybe they can be able to get a decent, talented player then.
But I still think that Houston team really needs to understand that they need a pass rusher.
Yes. Javani and Clowney's not bad.
He's a run stopper.
They've never really replaced Mario Williams. Or the fact that J.J. Watt can't be healthy anymore.
J.J. Watt can't be healthy, and then you lost
and they gave up
Marcellus
Darius?
No, he got hurt too.
Oh, that's right.
He got hurt just right after. So, but I like Marcellus Wiley Marcellus.
Yes.
But they need to invest. I think it was about like a year ago you spoke about they should have traded J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
I remember when you said that. But once they got Clowney, you said trade J.J. Watt, get a quarterback, or get something. Because why do you need...
He got hurt. And then once a player gets hurt, they come back healthy. And you have a player that's young and probably can do a lot of the things that he can do. Your best bet is not for nothing. Trade Watt. Because you paid him enormous money. And he'll never get more healthy than he was. He's not going to get any more healthy.
He's not going to get any better as his age increases. Well, he can, but he's not going to get any more healthy. And I also want to bring up the fact of the fact that you bring up that I think Houston as an organization failed.
Yeah,
because when you watch J.J. Watt, after coming from back surgery, lifting up 500 pounds of weights and jumping and doing all this extraordinary stuff, putting more pressure on his back. As an organization, you gotta call J.J. Watt and say, hey, I'm going to need you to relax. You're under contract. All this unnecessary heavy weight lifting to your body is not going to help us. And what happened, sure enough? He's out for the year. Same thing with James Harrison with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those big workouts with those 5,000-pound tennis balls. Yeah, that looks awesome. But you're old. Body doesn't recover as he used to. But I'm going to need these organizations to really get it together. Going on also with the trade, with one of my favorite teams, that's actually one of my debut special teams, was the Jimmy Garoppolo trade.
Yes, San Francisco, New England.
Yes, that was a very...
this is a trade a lot of people had a lot of opinions about, so this is going to be a very interesting topic. Quickly, San Francisco, in the need for a quarterback, went after the prized backup quarterback to Tom Brady with New England, and quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Hope I'm saying his name right.
Jimmy G.
Yes. And the New England Patriots received in that trade a 2018 second-round pick, which will be coming from San Francisco, which will be a very high second-round pick. I will say late first-round pick.
That's a late first-round pick, because that means pretty much Patriots going into this season are looking at two players that they want, and they can get them both back-to-back.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're going to get
we know how Belichick gets to a situation like this. He's going to get probably another Jimmy Garoppolo, because I think he selected him off of a trade that he got over Richard Seymour years before.
And what he did, what Belichick did in Belichick nature, picks up Brian Hoyer.
The same guy that got cut from San Francisco, that they paid him money in the offseason to be their starter, cut him, trade for Garoppolo,
get him for $3 million.
New England just slobs him right back.
Pick him up for $3 million.
Go ahead and back my man Tom.
Let me pick you up for the veteran minimum, and you'll back up for them. We know that you can run an offense efficiently where you just dish the ball off, and just in case if we need to, you'll be able to play. He's pretty much a Matt Castle.
Yeah,
He'll play the
seasoned Matt Castle.
That's just ridiculous. And then also with another trade was before you get that, just
to quickly speak on it though. I mean, I think for me, I thought a lot of people I heard said that this was a bad trade for New England because they waited too long to trade Garoppolo. Like his stock wasn't as high as it was last year when the Browns were offering a first round pick for Jimmy G. And to that I say, well, Tom did get hurt. Like Tom did miss some time this year. And having somebody like Jimmy G there was necessary. Now, when Tom is back, and you know Tom is good, well, now you can trade Jimmy G. And now you can bring in somebody that's not as expensive because Jimmy G wants to start, he wants to play. You bring somebody else in then. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Belichick played his cards as well as he was supposed to. Just because he could have got a first-round pick for the Browns last year, don't mean that it was purposeful for him to give up Jimmy G at that time. And he still gets virtually a first-round pick anyway from him. Mm-hmm. And for San Francisco, I'm just not sure. Now, I'm not saying it's not a bad trade for them. I'm just not sure. Yeah, I had an opportunity during the draft to take players that had a higher ceiling than Jimmy Garoppolo, and you decided not to. Mm-hmm. So you waited until the middle of the season now to go ahead and make this play for Jimmy Garoppolo. And now you have a backup quarterback that looked good in preseason that now is looking like he don't even want to give up the starting job to Jimmy Garoppolo. So now you have this more conundrum where it's like, was you not even scouting the player that you had on the roster?
This is what I can't wait to go into this GM mode.
So as far as that trade is concerned, I'm gonna say New England overwhelmingly won this, even though Jimmy G might end up being a very good quarterback. But we'll really have to wait and see that.
But this is my thing. Is like you put yourself in a situation which you didn't need to. Like if you were gonna make a trade. Probably, Pierre Garçon is out for the year. Maybe a wide receiver. And going into that...
Well, you can go get Josh Gordon.
No, if you want to go into that, who also got traded was Kev Benjamin.
Yes.
Who was in the trade block for any type of pick. I think he traded for what, a third-round pick?
Third and a seventh-round pick.
A third and a seventh-round pick. Meaning San Francisco, your second-round pick would have got Benjamin.
No, you probably did fourth-round pick. Because based on where they're going to be drafted from, they fourth-round pick is like a third-round pick. Carolina would have took that.
Easy.
Would have taken a fourth and a sixth from San Francisco.
Easy. But they would have taken a second easy. By itself.
You could have probably got Benjamin and a third-round pick back to kind of neutralize.
You got their third round 2019 pick or second round 2019 pick for your
I want to be a GM now. After looking at what's going on, maybe I want these stresses. I want these reporters in my face telling me you made a bad decision.
Because I'm going to tell you how I didn't make a bad decision.
Because I'm going to be that Phil Jackson. I just push the rings to the front of Belichick like, we just going to worry about the next game.
That was just a very
interesting. So moving on to that trade that you speak on, you had Buffalo and the Carolina Panthers hook up for a trade, and Buffalo gets a prime receiver for what we thought was for Tyrod Taylor, and Kelvin Benjamin, a big receiver, possession receiver, a very good touchdown target, end zone target. Mm-hmm. And Buffalo only had to give up a 2018 third-round pick and a 2018 seventh-round pick to get this draft done. For Carolina, I'm not sure if they were done with Benjamin. They didn't feel like he fit in well with Cam.
I think it was more like they were too crowded. When
I heard they like Funches more.
Yeah, when they found, because Funches and Benjamin are the same player.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
tall receivers,
tall, big guys. Mm-hmm. If you have them both on both sides, you really can't help. You can't help one another. Mm-hmm. So why not take them out and put a speeder back there? Because now with Funches, who can do that great possession, but then you got Christian McCaffrey, who's leading the team in catches.
Slot receiver.
Yeah. He can, and the running back slash.
Yeah, basically Sproles, Forte, everything kind of back.
And then you got Curtis Samuels, who's been returned. I think he just got out. He's got hurt for the season, unfortunately. But you play with that role. Mm-hmm. You don't need both of them. So with Funches becoming more connected with Cam Newton, well, you don't need Benjamin at this point. So it was a good way to get rid of him fast, get him into a team that's competitive.
It was a good situation.
Would have been competitive.
Good situation. But yeah, we'll get to the Buffalo thing a little bit later. So moving on for the other trades that went down, we spoke about Marcel Darius. He was also traded. He's one of the better defensive tackles in the league. Buffalo made that trade. Buffalo traded him to the Jaguars to make the Jaguars defensive line even more stacked. And the Jaguars only had to give up a conditional 6th-round pick
This is the thing I don't
to
get.
acquire him. So I would say Tom Coughlin made an excellent move. And he's done an excellent job with the Jaguars this season.
And this is only proving why nobody plays for Buffalo. I'm serious. Come on. Marshawn Lynch left.
Yo,
Jim Kelly brought them to 4 straight Super Bowls and can't win. This is the Buffalo.
That's right, yeah.
This is Buffalo. This is the real New York that I don't blame
at all. Like it's so surreal up there.
It doesn't make any sense. How do you give up your top sack leader last year?
Correct.
You give up your top nose tackle.
Correct. I'm gonna go a little bit. Like I'm gonna slow down.
I like Kyle Williams, but it was Marcel Darius.
Since we're on this Buffalo topic, I'm gonna go a little further into Buffalo situation. So Buffalo, like the Jets, have made some mistakes recently that just don't make sense. Similar mistakes with the same players too, the same pieces. So they brought in Rex Ryan.
I'm gonna blame Rex Ryan. Every team Rex Ryan go to just get hurt.
But here's the thing, so they brought in Rex Ryan, right? Rex Ryan is a defensive guru, right? But under Rex Ryan, they were #1 in rushing offense for 2 straight years. And when he was with the Jets, his first 2 years, they were top 5 in rushing. It's obvious that one of his philosophies is ground and pound. That is something that Rex Ryan religiously speaks on. Now, the defensive players on that Buffalo team initially didn't like what Rex brought in with his brother Rob Ryan. Like players like Mario Williams, and I believe there was a corner over there that didn't like the system they were placed in.
Gilmore?
Even Kiko Alonso had rejected the system when Rex Ryan first came in. But here's the thing that I'm saying. So, Rex Ryan was loved by his players. Tyrod Taylor to the defense, when he was fired, all wanted him there. None of the players said they had a problem with it. None of them were happy when Rex was fired. And when Rex was fired, I believe there was 7-8. So Rex never had a bad season there, but and not to say that he was allowed to even develop, say, Tyrod Taylor, who he loved. I feel like Tyrod was as talented as any quarterback in the league that just needed the time. Even Flacco has said, when he backed me up for 3 years, Tyrod was just as good as any starter, and he was backing me up.
Mm-hmm.
So now, for some reason now, you bring in a new coach. Tyrod Taylor, I believe, was 7th or 8th in quarterback rating this year. And because they lose to the Jets and they lose to
New Orleans.
New Orleans is playing phenomenal football right now. And the Jets at that time had won, I believe, 3 straight when they beat the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, Tyrod gets benched for an unknown, undrafted free agent quarterback?
All right. Even so, you lost to the Jets. They beat the Jets earlier. They always go one. This is a division game.
Correct.
Like they go 1-1 with the Patriots. They go 1-1 with the Jets.
And I heard
almost yearly.
They said that they got blowed out. Like, if I'm not mistaken, that game was, I think, like 21-10 at one point. That's not a blowout in the third quarter.
It was a bad.
It was a bad game.
It was a bad game, but how bad offensively? Can we name the wide receivers of the Buffalo Bills right now? Besides, what was it? Rashard Matthews, who they traded for from
but he's been hurt this year.
Yeah, well, no,
Rashard Matthews. They picked
him up from I can't remember who they picked.
The Eagles, I believe he's from.
Yes, and he was there. The Eagles got rid of him because they had Alshon Jeffrey. They don't need him no more.
They just brought in Kelvin Benjamin,
who didn't play the Jets game,
and then all of a sudden,
played his first game against New Orleans, who's actually have been shown to have a really good corners this year.
Very good defense this year. But like they went on a 47-0 run. That ain't just Tyrod Taylor. 47-0 run. You ain't getting stops, me.
And then you just remember the Lonzo Alexander got traded. Stephen Gilmore, their top cornerback,
signed by the Patriots.
Yeah. Marcel Darius out.
Just got traded.
So I do like the addition to Micah Hyde. Yes. But you have a rookie playing corner and young players all around the defense. 41 points is not offense.
And now
that's defense.
You're going up against Breeze and Sean Payton. Like they've been some of the best offensive team of the past decade.
And for the years, for as long as I know Buffalo,
yes,
they have been a below average run defense. Below average run defense team. They've been below average. And against the Saints ran the ball for 3 just under 298 yards to be exact. Even Drew Brees ran for a touchdown.
That's kind of funny.
That's what I'm saying.
That's kind of
so
funny.
If you're getting the ball run on you the whole game, who's that? This is the same team that Ajayi ran for 200 yards against. Almost twice.
Correct. So for me right now, Buffalo, they definitely have to figure out what they're doing. Like,
and you get rid of Marcel Darius, you
reverse a little bit before that. When they brought in E.J. Manuel, I don't think they gave him a fair shot. His tight end got hurt. Sammy Watkins was hurt that year, and they said E.J. Manuel's regressing. Really?
No,
I can regress if I got nobody to throw it to.
First off, they get rid of E.J. Manuel and bring up a player just like E.J. Manuel, Tyrod Taylor, thinking like, oh, we're doing anything different. You just got the same player who's just as talented with no talent around him. You bring E.J. Now you see E.J. Manuel.
They said that E.J. Manuel was a pocket quarterback. He came out of college as a pocket quarterback. Tyrod is a runner. So, but his name is T-Mobile. Yeah, that's a fact. So if E.J., a more pocket passer, had nobody to throw it to, you bring in a running quarterback, and they're the best running offense in the league for now 3 years since McCoy came there. Tyrod Taylor and Shady have been the best running team, or at least top 3 these last 3 years. So this is what he does. He's been doing what he does. He's doing it well. You've never brought the receivers in to say that you can have a passing offense here.
And you know what's funny?
You haven't drafted a good enough wide receiver. You haven't drafted no Mike Evans, no Odell Beckham, no Julio Jones.
You don't even need to do that. But I think Buffalo, to me, almost looked like a poor man's Seattle, where that defense was solid enough to pretty much withstand a game, and the offense just didn't look right enough. So what they did for Russell, they added in Jimmy Graham.
But they had a running game.
Yes, I'm saying.
Before that.
But I'm saying,
yeah,
you had a running game, so they add in Jimmy Graham, so you can try to stretch the field. You have Doug Baldwin, who's actually a possession receiver. Who's Buffalo's possession receiver? Clay?
But who are the receivers? Like, we don't even know. We can't even categorize their receivers.
Charles Clay is one of the most undersized tight ends in the league.
Matter of fact, I'll tell you another thing. Who's the wide receivers coach of the Buffalo Bills? Who has been at that position for the last 5-6 years? Because they either got hurt or just didn't produce. Like, Sammy Watkins was drafted higher than Odell Beckham and Mike Evans. He was the highest drafted wide receiver of that draft. Like, on Buffalo, that's a supreme bust. Like, Mike Evans and Odell Beckham are putting up legendary numbers. And Sammy Watkins is who you drafted before both of them.
And then to get rid of Tyrod in the middle of a season where you're still second in your division.
5-4, right?
5-4. The Patriots are not that far from you. The Patriots, I'm not saying that the Patriots are not.
What are they, 7-3? I think they're 7-3.
They could be 6-4. Yeah, they're 7-3.
7-3. Like,
they're 7-3. So you're 2 games behind them. You're 1 game behind the team, and I think y'all lost a close game to the Patriots. You still got a game against the Patriots. Still got to play them, and y'all always play the Patriots tough. And the Patriots this season have not looked that great.
And I'm not trying to knock him because I'm a firm believer that a coach should know what you have. It's almost like when Belichick said if Bledsoe had never got hurt, I still felt like Tom Brady would have a chance to crack the starting position at some point, right? So I'm believing in some regard. So I've heard the whole the backup at Buffalo had been playing well in practice, etc., right? Yeah. I believe that. I really
Scott Tolzien played really good in practice.
I believe that. But my thing is this: like, if you were this far in the season, though, and it's not like you're in a position where you're not competing. Like the Giants or like the Browns or like teams that have no chance of making the playoffs.
The Dolphins.
It can make sense. It can make sense for you now to bring a backup in and see what you got. But you're 5-4. You're just 5-2, and this guy is 8th in the league in quarterback rating. So it's not him. It's not like he's severely struggling at that position.
He extends plays on a constant basis.
So now, hold up. So now, my thing is this. So you're saying by bringing in an undrafted free agent that's never started a football game will give you a better chance?
No. You know what gives him a better chance? Of getting fired. That's exactly what gives you a better chance. I don't want to coach for this team no more. This is the best way for them to get rid of me because that's exactly what you're doing.
You need to do benching him.
That's what I'm saying.
He's pulling a McAdoo. You can't suspend it and expect him to now turn around and be trying to tackle somebody or giving their body on the line when you throwing them under the bus in a press conference. Mm-hmm. We get to that McAdoo in a second where I get to my Giants talk real quick. But moving along. But Buffalo, they got to get together.
They really
got to get it together.
And I think bringing that up, we should talk about the WTFs in this situation.
Oh, fact.
There's one more trade?
Yeah, just want to do a couple more trades. So we have 3 more trades. So we also had Chicago made a trade with the Chargers. This was a pretty good trade for both sides. The Chicago Bears were able to receive wide receiver Dontel Amon. He was a former Inman, sorry. He's a very talented receiver.
Yeah, he's a big.
He actually had a good year last year with Phillip Rivers. Shows a lot of promise.
Big target.
I think this was a good trade, very good trade on the low by the Bears because they only gave up a conditional 7th round pick, and now they got a receiver that can grow with Mitchell Trubisky and kind of fits into what Trubisky kind of had in college.
And I think that's what the Bears needed. I think for the fact of their their last draft pick with Kevin White, who's still haven't really touched the field yet.
Yeah, what's happening with him? He was a speed receiver, right?
Injured again.
Wow.
Out for the year. Wow. Gone again. You get rid of Jeffries. There's no one for Trubisky to throw the ball to. I do like their tight end, Adam Shaheen, their rookie, but he's a big target, more for the end zone. He might be talking about like a Tyler Eifert. End zone type of guy, but he's not going to get you down the field. I think between the Bears and the 49ers, they're the top leaders in drop passes. So a wide receiver that, in Inman's case, for that level, I think that can help them out in the long run.
Sneaky great trade. What else we had here? We also had
my favorite one. That's gonna be.
Well, we also had another sneaky good trade. I think we had the Jets and the San Francisco, which was another confusing trade from San Francisco. So the Jets was able to pick up a cornerback, Rashard Robinson, for the 49ers, and they gave him just a 2018 5th round pick. Now, Rashard Robinson had worked his way into the starting lineup for the 49ers. He's a corner that, I think it was a 4th round pick. But as proved over these years, he actually has some talent. He looks like he has potential.
Well, he's been getting burnt the whole damn season.
Oh, yeah.
But he does lead the league, and he was like top in deflections.
Okay.
But that does happen when you get thrown the ball out too.
Correct.
But he's gotten burnt a lot.
Correct.
And I think
he's been targeted a lot. Also,
he's targeted a lot. Yeah. But I think it's mainly if your corner's getting burnt a lot. I really can't always put on your corner, especially when it's on street routes. I think it's more the safety. If your safety is being looked off, there's no help up top.
That's a fact.
So
I seen Janoris Jenkins get burned the other day. He's pretty talented.
I'm just saying, it's a little bit of both in hand in hand. I think it's more. Well, if your general manager is a top safety in the league, you would think he would have a good safety to help him on that side.
I mean, I did, but I felt like the reason I think it's a good sneaky trade. The Jets could use more corners. I think as most teams could always use more corners.
I don't like Buster Screen
at all. I always thought he's more of a he's a nickel linebacker.
He's a nickel blitzer.
Yeah,
that's what he is to me. I don't think he should guard anybody. I think he should run after the quarterback.
I think Kermit is one of his worst suits.
The worst.
And like tackling open field is not great at him also. But catching running backs is something he does very well.
I don't mind him playing like a freaking John Taylor.
Like when he's in the blocks, like he's amazing. Done. But like everything else as far as defense,
I don't like him as a quarterback.
Like, he might be a special team star if you let him do that.
He's fast. Yeah. But I don't like him guarding corners. Wide receivers.
Correct. And then lastly, last trade that I didn't understand why this trade even happened. Why this?
That's where you can just start with the WTF right there.
Yeah, so we're gonna start with our WTFs. That's the last trade.
That's my number one WTF right there.
And this was the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins made this trade. So Philadelphia was able to get running back Jay Ajayi from Miami
for what?
For a 4th round pick in 2018. Now, if many haven't known, this running back, I believe, came very close, if not won the rushing title last season. He would have won that if he didn't get hurt in the last few games. He had 3 straight games over 200 yards, which hasn't been done in some years. He's one of the best backs in the football league right now.
Only 2 other players has had 200 yards twice in the season.
Now, he's literally, I don't know if he's hurt, and maybe the Dolphins know something that the rest of the league knows.
It was more of a problem issue. But I don't care how much of a problem is. I'm not giving you to one of the best. I can give you to a good team, but not until a team.
I just thought if I was giving that kid, I need a 2nd round pick. Are you gonna give me a wide receiver that I could work into my team, or you gonna give me a corner, or maybe a defensive lineman?
No. This is what I'm going for. The Miami Dolphins,
and they were trying to trade Landry too.
Yeah.
They wasn't able to get what they needed, but they were trying to trade Landry too because Odell came out and said, "We need to go get him."
Wow.
And the Giants I think they was offering some, but
Wow. I think with the Philadelphia Eagles, what they have a lot of is defensive tackles. Vince Curry, Graham, even their rookie who I like coming from Tennessee, Derek Barnett.
Yes.
Any one of these players I would have went for.
Correct. But you probably would have got Barnett, but
you probably could have got.
You could have got
Vinny Curry. You would have definitely got Curry. What you struggling at hitting the quarterback?
I mean, Sue need help, man. Like, Sue need help. Like, I've seen Sue putting in work, but it's like he's getting triple teamed. Like, triple teamed. Like, so why not Cam Wake or Cam Jordan? I'm not sure what his name is.
Cameron Wake.
That's on the other edge, but I didn't hear his name all yet.
It's kind of old there, buddy.
Whereas it's like Sue, I've seen him go to work.
He's going to work. So why not get another pass rusher and run stopper?
Or just another tackle to help Sue.
From that team where your team has struggled against the pass because the quarterbacks are giving all time to throw the ball. Your run defense has been pretty okay. So why not get something that can help your team? Like, I do like the running back they do have in place for the Dolphins. Like, he is a pretty solid guy over there, but why not improve your team? A 4th-round pick from a Philadelphia team who are, 8-1?
First in league. Best record in league. Like,
that's 176 pick.
Like, what you getting for that, man? Like, you getting a possible...
You're getting a fullback. That's what you're getting.
The 4th round, that's that fringe. Like,
that's like, okay.
Somebody that might be on special teams to contribute in some years. Like,
That's that person that needs the 2 years to develop.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting in the 4th round. If you're lucky, you've developed really fast.
First 3 rounds, you get starters. 4th round, 5th round, you get projects.
Very questionable. Now you give it to a team that's based on running. So Philadelphia, in this sense, got the greatest trade.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Well, they won this shit by a lot.
They won by a high margin. The second one of my was the Jimmy G trade. The fact that you picked up a rookie, C.J. Beathard, and you put him behind Kyle Shanahan as a quarterback, as a head coach who does help with quarterbacks. You get Brian Hoyer to start off the season. You would hope that if you pick a quarterback I think when you pick a quarterback in the draft, you potentially want him to start.
Yes. At some point.
You picked him in the 3rd round. He played for Pitt. He played pretty well for Pitt. Was one of the most winning quarterback at Pitt. He could show that he could throw the ball. He's thrown the ball for over 50 times in games where he has yet to play a game with Pierre Garçon. And he was throwing the ball as much as he's done. Name wide receiver in that team, I'll wait. But he's gotten the ball to their 5th round tight end a lot. Kittle, I've liked him so far in the season. He's their 5th round pick. He's gotten the ball to him. People are now starting to show notice of this guy. I've been calling C.J. Beathard for a while. I think he could be a really good, solid player. I see
about him. Like, I saw him against the Giants. He looked like he's definitely a Matt Castle, but not better.
I was like, I see him like in his team with San Francisco, who obviously are not going nowhere in the near future. Why not build around the player?
Oh, let's see what you got.
See what you got
before you make that move and give up that equity in the draft. You're still a building team. Like, you need all of your draft picks. Now, if Jimmy G turns out to be that starter, sure, it works out. But based on what it looks like you reached.
But it's still, but why?
Yeah.
And then to give up a 2nd round draft pick, too much. Very too much. For a player, pretty much, you're giving up for a player that, have we proven from the Belichick era, everyone behind Brady looks good.
We've seen this already. We've seen it. How many times these players got to go somewhere, and then it's like, wow, he's not that good.
Oh my gosh!
I guess he was playing better under Belichick.
I think the only player so far that we've seen is Brissett that looked at it pretty solid.
Yeah, he definitely looked better than he did there. Like, I was like, oh wow, he looks pretty solid. He could be Aaron Brooks. Like, he looks not bad.